If you want to buy cheap Ultimate Team coins, safe and reliable, make sure you go and check out igvault.com and use my discount code EGHD at the checkout to get 6% off your order. Yes guys, welcome back to a new video. We are doing a tier list today on FUT Birthday Team 1, Team 2, and also all of the SBC players that they've released pretty much every day for the last week or so. The last time I did a tier list video was on the 101 prime icon moments in this game, and well, it didn't go down the greatest just because people didn't really understand my tier list. So let me explain it to you. For today's tier list, we have God tier. God tier, it doesn't matter how much a card costs. If they are end game worthy, if they are as good as some of the best icons in the game. So for example, a Renato Sanchez is probably on par with like a Rudhulit or very, very close. He would be someone that I'd put into God tier. Someone that isn't quite God tier but still great value would be in great value. Then fair would be someone that is, if they cost 500,000 coins and they play to that standard, then they will be in fair. If they cost 1 million coins but they are not quite God tier, then I'll probably put them into fair as well. Overpriced is when a card costs, say, 1 million coins, but really they should only be worth 300,000 or 400,000 coins. Their price is way overpriced. That's what I would use this tier for. And then discard, obviously you wouldn't discard these players, but someone that you'd probably get, say, from a party bag SBC, and then you try to use them in a team for a week or two, then you probably just chuck them into another SBC to get something in return. That is what that tier is for. Although I have to say that FUT Birthday has been really good. The cards have been insane. Some very expensive cards in here, but at this point of the year, we need to see some high-rated cards with some great stats. So obviously, if you disagree with any of these, let me know in the comments what you disagree with. Everybody has very strong opinions on FIFA. That's all I'm going to say. Before we get into the ratings in today's video, if you want to join a Discord server which posts the new content at 6 PM every day, make sure you join the link in the description to my Discord server. Post out all the new SBCs and whether they're worth doing, along with the SBC solutions, and also different chat rooms for all of these SBCs as well, so you can decide which ones you want to complete. There's over 15,000 people in this Discord, and there's also lots of trading advice as well if you want to get some more coins to spend on your team, as well as marquee matchups, investments, and squad battles tips, and also squad building tips. Literally everything you need in a Discord server. So we're going to start off with Adama Traore. Now, personally for me, I can't put him into God tier. I don't think this is a God tier card. It has too many holes, such as the reactions. The actual shooting stats aren't bad. It's been boosted a lot, but I do feel this is overpriced. I feel like there's a lot of hype for this card. Will this be a great card to use in game? Yes. If I got this from a FUT Party Bag SBC, I would definitely put him into the squad, but I personally wouldn't be going out there to buy this card. Aouar is going to be quite a tough one because he costs a lot, but he does have some great stats. He's got 90 pace, 91 dribbling, 90 shooting. Attacking wise, he's fantastic. He's basically going to be your box-to-box midfielder with some defensive capabilities in there as well. I like this card, but I wouldn't build a team especially around him. I think he's at a fair price. I don't think he's expensive enough to put him into overpriced like Adama Traore is. So I am going to put him into the fair category. Now, Atau, this one, man, this card looks insane. He's basically extinct on most consoles. I think for Xbox, he was extinct for a bit and now he's come down. I think it was 750,000 coins is where he went extinct. Somewhere around there. It might be different on every platform, but I'm going to put him into God tier. And the reason why, he is basically a cheaper version of Zinedine Zidane. He's from Ligue 1, which means that his links aren't going to be fantastic. He hasn't got any strong links that I can think of right now. So obviously you can link him to Mbappe, you can link him to Zambia right back, you can link him to any midfielder, but they're not going to be strong links. So it does make building teams a little bit hard. But personally, in game, he is going to be insane. Anyone that's used him so far has said he is God tier level, so he is 100% in God tier level. I can't believe he's only 87 rated. Maybe it's because of the position that he's in, and the stats kind of reflect the position that he's in. Now, our first SBC player is kind of a recent player. Is actually Bailly. Now, personally, he's not as expensive as Adama Traore, but I just think at this stage of the game, 82 pace, 87 defending, 87 physical. I mean, he has got some good strong links. You've got Rashford, you've got Bruno Fernandes, you've got some good links there. You've also got, I think, Zaha does a strong link with him. And we also had Gervinho as well, which does get a link with him, so you can get him into a Serie A squad. But I do think if you're getting this as an SBC and it's untradeable, it did come out as quite expensive. I think anywhere under 200,000 coins, 150 to 200,000 coins would have been ideal. Anything over that's just too much for this card because of the nationality mostly. Bernardeschi. Now, this is a tough one. And this is where you guys, I think, are going to start to not understand the tier list, because I'm going to put him into great value, right? Because he is coming in, I think, about 60, 70,000 coins or something like really ridiculously cheap. He's got 5-star skills, got 5-star weak foot. Yes, he doesn't have the strongest defending stats. He's not a big physical presence, but if you think about Thiago, the Spanish player from Liverpool, 5-star, 5-star, he's not quite as good as him, but then again, that player is like 5 times, 6, 7 times more costly than him. He has the links to Juventus. He's Italian from the Serie A. This is a great value card. And as I said, this is where people get confused with this tier list. This is not a tier list where it goes best to worst. It goes God tier at the top. Then we go for great value, cards that are great for their value. It's very self-explanatory. So obviously I'd rather have an Adama Traore untradeable than a Bernardeschi. But for the value, I would not want to buy Adama Traore, but I'd happily buy this play because I think it's just amazing value. Emre Can. So this one, 80 pace, 87 dribbling, 88 defending, very solid. Big physical player. If you're building a team in the Bundesliga, obviously German, Dortmund, you've got some great links in here, I think, for the price as well. I think he's coming in at about 300, somewhere between 250 and 300,000 coins, which even if he was untradeable as an SBC, I would say that's pretty good value. The fact that you can buy him tradable so you can build a team, sell him after a week or two and get your coins back, I have to say that this Emre Can is either between great value or fair. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to put him into fair because there's quite a lot of different options in the Bundesliga, which is probably why he's not as expensive. If he was like fitting a position that there isn't many of, then he'd probably be more expensive. We've already got players like Goretzka, so that's probably why he's down there. But yeah, fair value for him. Gervinho, now this one, I don't know. This is going to split opinions because obviously not the best nationality, not the best team. You haven't got any good strong links really. Actually, you do strong link to Kessie, and Kessie is a great player, the UEL Kessie. I would say because he has such amazing meta stats, he's got 5-star skills. He's got 97 pace, 88 dribbling. So when he goes for a chem style, you don't have to put anything like a Hunter or a Hawk. You can put everything on dribbling and shooting like a finisher chem style. I feel like it's a great super sub. It's a fun card to use. Serie A is very strong this year. So I'm going to put him into fair value. I think I'm just going to double check his price. I think he was coming in somewhere around 250,000 coins. And so yeah, he's actually coming in at 160 to 180,000 coins. So I've got to say that this price for Gervinho is pretty fair. The next one we have is Gunter, another fairly low rated player, only 85 overall, but you know, Bundesliga, again German, so the links are going to be good. I'm going to say this is great value because I can just see this player going up in value when they release a centre-back that's German, maybe a flashback player, maybe an end-of-era Boateng. A lot of people are going to go out and buy this card because it is a great value card. You can't really go wrong with how much you have to pay for this card. And that's going to be the same with Hwang Hee Chan. So 5-star weak foot, only 3-star skills, which is the downside of this card. But he's got 95 pace, 87 dribbling, so you should be able to turn quite well. His shooting's 84. You're probably going to put either a Hawk chemistry style, maybe a finisher chem style, marksman, really down to you where you're going to play him in your formations, your custom tactics. But again, a player, only a handful of these players from Foot Birthday are under 100,000 coins, and he is one of them. Kent, now this one, I really want to put him into overpriced because obviously he's not from a great league. He's a good nationality. You can link him with players like Vardy. But for anybody that completed end of era Wayne Rooney, or if they have the Tavernier, right back card, the headliners card, it had to be an SBC. You can buy his inform card still. I'm actually going to put him into the fair price category just because I know there's a little bit of hype around him from previous FIFAs. Well, last year he was one of those annoying subs. But I think if you do have those cards, then it is a fair price to pay for somebody like Kent. Although for most people, if they don't have those cards, you wouldn't be buying him. So I'm going to say fair price. Now this one, again, is going to be tough. I think Lucas, when he was released after the first week or so of coming out, I would say that he's actually quite expensive for the card that he is. I feel like Brazil isn't as good this year as it was the last 2 or 3 years. It's still great, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I just feel like his card price has actually been dropping since it's come out. But he's not going to, again, just like Traore, he's going to be a fantastic card that I would happily take untradeable from a Foot Birthday SBC or something like that. 95 pace, 91 dribbling. 85 shooting stats, very cool cards, and it gives me memories of going back onto FIFA 19, getting that player of the month. I think he was 86 rated, but from the first month of the game being out, it was so good. Obviously, this card is even better. but I'd still say that he was overpriced. Maybe he's going to come down in price. If he does, then I'll put him into the fair category if he becomes like 400k-ish. Well, actually, 400k is a little bit too cheap. I'd say somewhere between 500 and 600,000 coins is a fair price for Lucas. Next up, we have Mangala and 80 pace, which is some nice stats on this card. 86 defending. It's an absolute brick wall. 90 physical stats. Here's exactly what you want on a centre-back. Now, the issue with this card is he has a conflict with quite a few cards. Varane, Gold Varane is obviously a fantastic player. He's actually faster Gold Varane with 82 pace, I believe his gold card has. He hasn't got as great defensive stats or physical stats. But the thing is, when you've got a player like that already has the Real Madrid links, the perfect links to Mendy, then this card should have been cheaper. It's not super expensive. It's about 220 to 250,000 coins. But I feel like if you're going to release a card that conflicts with other cards already in the game, they should have made this card cheaper. Although I don't blame people if they wanted to complete this, to change up their team. So it's going to sit somewhere between fair priced and overpriced. I'm going to say overpriced. I don't think many people would have completed this for that reason alone. Next up, we have Mario Hermoso. Now this is going to be 84 pace on a centre back. He's not going to be as physically strong as someone like Mangala, but he's got 87 defending stats, good dribbling, good passing as well. Now the problem, well, it's not really a problem. He has 5-star skills. I'd have preferred him to have 5-star weak foot. It would have been much more useful for a centre-back. So many people probably going to do skill moves into their own goal when they try to click the wrong button or something. But I still think that for, is a tradable card. He's got the Atletico links and Spanish links from the La Liga. I'd say this is a fair price for the card that you're getting. Now, Mendy, for me, this is going to be a god tier card. Very expensive, not quite as good as the Summer Heat cards that we had last year, the ones where you could have got him from an objective. Obviously, because it was an objective, you would have gotten him for free. But remember, that card was released after Team of the Season, so about 2 or 3 months from now. So that's why this card isn't as good as the best version of that card last year. But right now, I think he's probably the best left back in FIFA 21. Maybe a couple of contenders there with him. Let me know in the comments if you think he's the best left back, but personally, I do. So if he's 1,000,000 coins and you have loads of coins to pay for a left back, then that makes sense to go out and buy him. So therefore, I'm just going to put him into God tier with Atal. Luka Modric. Now, I know 2 or 3 years ago, this card would have had more hype because, well, basically more people would have been using Real Madrid links, but this year, not so much. I think this card is kind of underappreciated just because of what today's standards is and the amount of promos and special cards we have in the game. Personally, I think this card is fantastic. He's coming in at about 3 to 50,000 coins. Right now, he has joined the highest rated, like 92 is the highest rating you can get from Foot Birthday. Only 3 cards are 92 rated. Modric is one of them, so I'm going to put him into either fair price. He's kind of drifting between fair price and great value. His off-the-ball stats, so basically his attacking AI, all of the stuff that you don't even control are going to be so good, and that's where a lot of his rating comes from. The only weakness, well, there's a couple of weaknesses about Modric, is his pace is mostly in acceleration, so if you want to, I think sprint speed is more important, basically, and physically, he's not quite as strong as a lot of midfielders you're going to be coming up against, but if you know how to use Modric, he's going to be fantastic. So I'm actually going to put him into great value because he's the joint highest rated from Foot Birthday, and I think his stats are great. He links, gets a strong link with Player of the Month Benzema, who's also very good value. 200,000 coins for a 94 rated card with some great stats. Put an engine on Benzema, and that's a great card. You can strong link him with Hazard if you're on a budget as well. Even just a normal gold rated Hazard put in with Modric is going to be a fantastic value combination with Benzema up front. So I think great value overall. Palacio, now this is a throwback, man. So 93 pace on this Palacio, 95 dribbling, 5-star skill. So this is going to be a very slick card to use. 87 shooting, which is quite high. His physical stats are pretty decent for somebody that's not like super tall and super strong or anything. I'm actually going to put this card into the fair value point. So it should have cost you about 180,000 coins to complete this. Obviously, you would only have completed this SBC if you had Serie A players to link in. He doesn't have the greatest strong links. There are going to be some links. You can link him to Messi from, La Liga. You can strong link him with Dybala, for example. And yeah, I think this is a fair value for the card that you're getting. Paulinho, oh my God, I love Paulinho's cards on FIFA 19. He had a Team of the Season card, which was like something ridiculous, like 60,000 coins to complete because it was like the last cards or one of the last cards to come out for Team of the Season. Last year, I think he had, was it a flashback or something like that? And it was fantastic. Again, I'm going to put this card into great value with Modric as well. The reason why, if this card was, say, a Brazilian from the Premier League like Lucas, you're looking at double, maybe triple the amount of coins for this card. He is harder to link because of the league he's in, but at the same time, there are some other Brazilians from that league to get strong links with. If you know, or if you've got a few icons to build teams around, even playing Paulinho off chemistry, 8 chemistry, you're going to get a hell of a card here. 81 pace, his physical stats are 91, 86 defending, 91 dribbling, 87 shooting. He can do everything, literally everything. He's got the 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. Now, Payet recently has come out, and I think this is overpriced. When it comes to SBCs, because they're untradeable, I'm going to be a lot more strict with whether I put them into overpriced or not, because once you complete this SBC, that's it. Your coins are gone. At least if a card is tradable but it's overpriced, at least you can get some of your coins back if you decide to sell them. So that's why I'm very strict with these SBCs like Mangala and Bailly. So Payet, I'm putting into overpriced. He's coming in at around 250,000 coins, something like that on Xbox and PlayStation. And I just feel, he does have strong links to Mbappe, but you've got Neymar, you've got other players to link him to, you've got Atau. Is there space for a Payet in your squad? And is this player worth going for? He doesn't have defensive stats, so you can't really play him as a centre mid. He would be a good cam, maybe a good left wing, right wing, but he doesn't have the pace to play on the wings. So where do you play him? The only position I see him going in is it's probably the cam position. And personally, I don't really think that I would pay that much for just a player that can play one position well. Next up, we have a Perisic. Now, obviously, we have had a FUT birthday Vidal who gets a strong link with Perisic. So the fact he's tradable as well, this isn't an SBC, is great. I think he's coming in at about 300 to 350,000 coins. And because he's got defensive stats, so this is the difference between a player like Perisic and Payet. He's got defensive stats, he's got 90 pace, so you can play him centre mid in, say, a 4-1-2-1-2. If you lose on the game and you want to go more attacking and use 2 centre mids, like a 4-2-4 or something ridiculous, then you can put him into left wing, striker, wherever you want, really. He's got a bit of everything. Now, I know with this card, he is tall, and I think he lacks a little bit of balance. If you use an engine chem style, that could solve that. But just because you can play lots of different positions, I think the value is really fair. And they're going to be strong links to Lautaro Martinez and players like that. Next up, we have Podolski. I think this was the first SBC that we had. And yes, it is not from a good league. 90 pace though, 92 shooting. We all know he's got a thunderous left foot on him. He has 5-star skills as well. But only 3-star weak foot. So it's not ideal. You're getting a player that you can only use with Germans. The good thing about this Podolski is they did release an Ozil just after to get a strong link with. So I'm going to put this into the fair price, because if you do complete Ozil, you do complete Podolski, you have a good combo to build teams around. If you use a certain formation, you can kind of lock off their chemistry links and have some really good value players. In fact, let me just scroll down and just grab the Ozil now, because you already know that I'm going to say Ozil's good value. In fact, for a 90 rated card, this SBC would have cost you 140,000 coins. Even if you used these 2 cards for 2 weeks, let's say 2 weekend leagues, and then you wanted to get rid of them, use them for SBC fodder. 90 rated cards are going to cost you what? Somewhere between 70 and 100,000 coins, depending on what time of the week it is. If there are icon SBCs out, usually fodder goes up in value. So I think Podolski and Ozil are fair priced and a little bit of fun to play with. Next up, we have Marco Reus, 91 rated left wing. For some people, that might be good, depending on what untradables you already have. And obviously Bundesliga is very strong this year. It's a very expensive SBC. It's coming in about 550 to 600,000 coins. 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. I do like some stuff about this card. So his normal card and his inform card suffers with stamina, which is obviously very important coming into the end of this game cycle now. Most players are going to have at least 85 to 90 stamina, and this one has been boosted. He also has something ridiculous like 85 strength. So if you put a Hawk chemistry style or a Marksman chemistry style, you're going to get his strength to 90 or above. So this card is going to be a beast. He's got 3 stats in 90 or above, 91 pace, 90 shooting, 90 dribbling. I think this card is a fair price. If you have Bundesliga players, of course, this is going to be too expensive for just a super sub. There are many other cards that you could just buy off the market for super subs of similar kind of levels. You don't have to go for somebody in a Premier League, premium nationality. So Marco Reus is going to be fair. Sambia. Now, for those of you that do your silver objectives, you'll know that his silver card is pretty good. So when his card come out, I just thought that's pretty decent value. He got cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. I think he went down to 70 to 80,000 coins. And I personally personally think this is great value. He's going to hold probably around 100,000 coins, and he's going to be 100,000 coins or above. He's going to be a good centre mid or a CDM, or you could use him right back. You could use him centre back depending on what kind of team you're building, what kind of budget you're on. Obviously, he's best suited to as a centre back. He's probably not the strongest or the best suited to that position, but he can do it, and that's the point I'm making. So he's great value for the price. I'm going to put Zambia up there in the great value tier, although my webcam is cutting it out. Renato Sanchez, you already know he is going into God tier. The stats on this card are incredible, and the thing about Renato Sanchez is his stats are one thing, how he plays in game is a different story. We all know that his 82 rated in form and his 84 rated UEL card are fantastic. I think that card was going for something like 1.2, well over 1 million coins at one stage of the game. Obviously, it was a live card as well. This card has been juiced up. I think it was going for around 800,000 coins. It depends on what day of the week. When rewards come out, you could probably do this SBC for 50,000 coins cheaper at least, because generally the prices come down. But 88 pace, which means that if you put a shadow on this card, you're almost maxing out his pace. He's going to get that defending boost. He's going to be box to box. He's got 90 dribbling. He's got 5-star weak foot, 85 shooting, which is not bad, but he's got the high shot power. So if you get the right angle, put the right power on it, you get a good finish. It's going to be a fantastic card to use. I'm thinking about doing this because I have untradeable Ruben Neves, obviously Premier League player from last season, and also I have untradeable Bruno Fernandes. So if you have any Portuguese players, or if you want to build a team with Mbappe, Neymar, and have Ronaldo in there as well, he is essential to get into your squad. So he has a God tier card for his in-game stats, and I actually think the value of this card is pretty decent as well. Okay, now this, oh boy, this is going to get tricky. Okay, so 91 rated Sane. Obviously, he's not going to be in discard, but let's just read out his stats. 96 pace on Sane, 92 dribbling, 86 shooting, 84 passing, and 76 physical stats. The thing about this card is he has 5-star weak foot, which I think 5-star weak foot is a bit more important for most people, as not everybody does skill moves. Now, he's also from Bayern Munich, German, so his links are going to be fantastic. But he does come in at around 900,000 coins, well, 900 roughly on Xbox and about 1 million on PlayStation. Is he overpriced? Would you say he's as overpriced as Adama Traore or as Lucas? I would say no. I'd say that he's actually fair priced, but he is very expensive. This is for your God squads, your people that have millions of coins, of course. So yeah, I just think Adama Traore, the fact that Adama Traore is more expensive than Sane just shows you that it's mostly because of the hype, in my opinion. Adama Traore is going for 1.3 mil and Sane is going for 1 mil or 900k. So that's why he's over here. I know I'm going to get some hate. I'm just getting my excuses out for the comments. I know you're writing a comment. All right, so Simon as well. It looks like basically all the low rated cards from Foot Birthday I'm going to put into great value. And if he's going for 35k or probably even cheaper, maybe even 30,000 coins, this is an absolute no-brainer. That's amazing value. 95 pace, 90 dribbling. Does Osimhen still play in the league? And I'm not even going to check. If an Osimhen comes out and it's a special card and has some good stats, this is going to be a strong link to Osimhen as well. So I think this is a great card, great value. Is he as good as the players that he's that are underneath him? No, but as I explained, great value is about how much they cost. And here we go. This right here is going to be the hardest card to put into the correct category. It is going to be a Raheem Sterling, 97 pace, 94 dribbling, 88 shooting, 86 passing, 73 physical. He's got 49 defending as well, so that's actually not too bad, but not that you're going to be using him as a defender. But the reason why this card is so difficult is because he comes in at 1.5 million coins on PlayStation and 1.3 million coins on Xbox. Now, that is actually a little bit more expensive than Adama Traore. Now, the thing is, he has 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He's got 85 shot power, so you want a chem star on him to boost his shot power. What's that going to be? It's probably going to be a Deadeye, and that's going to boost his passing up to 99 vision, 99 short passing. But that's a lot of coins. That's a lot of coins at this stage of the game. In a month's time, we should be getting team of the season. I think this is overpriced, but at the same time, if you've got certain players that you need to link, like Endovira, Wayne Rooney that you've still got and you want to put into a team, maybe you pack an untradeable Jamie Vardy and you're like, I need a strong link. It makes sense to some people, but for the vast majority of people, I'm going to say that this Raheem Sterling is overpriced. Compare him to, say, a Rashford that is tradable, one of the top versions, like an informed version of Rashford. I would say that he's probably going to be on the same kind of level. He is faster than Rashford, but then again, you're going to use the chem style to boost Rashford's pace up, and he's going to be cheaper than Sterling. So I personally think that Raheem Sterling is a bit overpriced. I'd have liked to see him down at like 1 million coins rather than 1.5 million coins, and that would have made me say that's a fair price. But at 1.5 mil, too expensive. The other argument for this is if Sterling might, he might be 1.5 mil, but is he God tier worthy? Is he God tier worthy with the likes of Mendy, Atal, and Sanchez? I just don't think he will be. I think, the shot power, it just isn't going to feel great. He's got 84 composure. To be God tier level as an attacking player, you need to have those stats covered. I think he's best suited on the wing for those reasons. Like in front of goal, you want somebody with high composure and reactions. Well, composure is very important. People don't realize it so much, but I'm going to put him, I'm going to keep him down at overpriced, although he kind of drifts between overpriced and God tier. I can't work out where to put him, but overpriced is probably where he's going to stick. Thiago. Now, you know what? I'm going to put Thiago in great value. As we started off this video with Bernardeschi, 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, midfielder, but he's got an extra, 13? No, not 13. That's an extra 15, 18 stats on defending. Obviously not the strongest. He's quite a small body type. Think of this like Xavi. He's got the high passing stats. He's got great dribbling. He's also got a little bit more pace. Well, good pace and also good shooting stats. Except he costs, I think it's about 300,000 or 400,000 coins actually. He's costing, about 400,000 coins on Xbox and PlayStation. So I think Thiago is fantastic value. He's got Liverpool links as well, so Salah, Mane. This one is also going to be tough. So we have 87 rated Tomori, super fast, which is what we want on FIFA 21. Obviously very important. So 87 pace, 88 defending, 86 physical stats. The way I look at this card, it's basically a Smalling with a bit more pace, or it's a Rio Ferdinand with a little bit less physical stats. But is 600 to 750,000 coins a good price for an English centre-back in the Serie A? It's a tough one to call. He kind of drifts in between this overpriced category and the fair price category. If you're somebody that has, say, an untradeable Smalling, or you're building a squad and you do, have someone like Hernandez, the left back Hernandez, or maybe you want to get Kessie in there. There's a few players that could be good to build teams around with this player, which is why he costs 750,000 to 600,000 coins. I'm going to leave him in fair just because he's under 1 million coins and he does have those great links. And I'd argue that he is probably end game worthy. One stat I don't like, and that is 85 composure. If you're paying this many coins for a player like this, you need to be getting into 88 or 90 or above on those reactions and composures. Again, very important for centre-backs. Now, Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy, the main problem with this card is his weak foot. Well, actually, I think it's his skill moves. I think his normal weak foot is... no, it's freestyle. So his gold card is freestyle skills, freestyle weak foot. And this card has 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. And he's coming in at currently around 800,000 coins, which is fantastic for this card. So I'm going to put him into fair. Although, if you're looking for a Premier League striker, it could be pretty good value. But, he's a very, very, very good card now with these stats and these weak foot upgrades. But it's quite expensive. So, I think this great value section should probably be for about 300,000 or 400,000 coins or below. Anything over that, it must be a fair price unless they go into God tier. So we're going to put Jamie Vardy into fair. Next up, we have a Vidal. Now, obviously an SBC, but this is going to be God tier. Only one little thing I would like about this card to be God tier. And if you compare this card right here with Sanchez, he is 6 less on the pace. But he does make up for that by being, I think he's a bit stronger than Renato Sanchez. I don't even know. I'm not even going to look at their strength in game because sometimes the stats lie. The body type is more important. And Vidal, he just has everything as a high kind of work rate type of player. He will be attacking and defending to the same kind of abilities. His interceptions are going to be fantastic defensive awareness. Another thing that I don't like about this FUT Birthday Vidal is he has 5-star skills rather than 5-star weak foot. Obviously with FUT Birthday, the theme of it is players get an upgrade to these stats. It would have been nice to see him with the 5-star weak foot just like Renato Sanchez. So if I could have a Renato Sanchez or a Vidal, I would rather have a Sanchez because of that reason, but they're both god tier cards in my opinion. Inaki Williams, now Inaki Williams is going to go into great value. His stats look incredible. If you actually have a look at his stats, he kind of looks like a mix between an Mbappe slash Ronaldo. And the reasoning why is because obviously Mbappe has that high sprint speed. They all have some good dribbling stats, decent shooting stats. He's got 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. The thing about this card is I think he has something like 71 balance, 73 balance. And when a card is an attacker with less than 80 balance, you will feel that. So a lot of people have been using this card with the engine chem style to make him feel more responsive with his dribbling. And because of his shooting stats and other stats such as his pace, is so good, and his physical stats, just like Ronaldo and Mbappe, when you do that running scoop turn past the defender, they're not catching up. They haven't got the strength to kind of push him off because he's so strong, so he's going in great value. Kondogbia, now I love this Kondogbia card on previous FIFAs, but it's an SBC. He does have some great links, but I do feel like it's too expensive for a card. I don't know. He is part of the Hullet gang, and I think that EA tweeted out was like Hullet gang ? But I don't know. You can only use his cards with La Liga players, and specifically if you want to build hybrids, you're probably gonna have to put some Atletico players to get strong links with him because his nationality is so bad. He's coming in at about 220,000 coins, so it's not the end of the world. He only has 3-star weak foot as well. And I feel like at this stage of the game, with all these amazing foot birthdays to choose players, build teams around, most people minimum are going to have 4-star weak foot or 4-star skills like as a base on all of their midfielders. So I feel like, yeah, it's annoying. It's a nice card, but it is slightly overpriced. If they should have released this around 160, the same kind of price as Ozil, personally, just because it's a bad nationality. So yeah, that's what I think about this card. And lastly, guys, we have St. Just, who was out today, or just, I don't even know how you say his name. And again, this card is overpriced. It's an SBC, which means that once you put these coins in, they are gone. It's only an 86 rated, so his SBC fodder value is pretty low. He's got a lot of pace. Don't get me wrong, 88 pace is a lot. His defensive stats are good. They're not excellent. 86 defending for a centre back at this stage, not fantastic. Expected a bit better here. 84 physical stats. Also, again, his reactions and composure aren't particularly high. His dribbling's great. He kind of makes more of like a CDM, to be honest with you. He'd probably make a good CDM as he would a centre-back. But I just feel like it's overpriced, coming in at about 400,000 coins. That was the price that I saw today. Here's a new SBC. Yeah, it's coming in at about 400,000 coins. It's a lot of coins to pay for a centre-back that isn't particularly like the greatest nationality, although Bundesliga is a strong league. So guys, that is going to be the end of this video, this tier list. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of the players that we've put them in, or the tiers that we've put these players in. Absolutely none of these cards have gone into discard, because all of the cards that are really low rated are actually in great value because they all have at least 5-star skills or 5-star weak foot. So when a player like Simon costs like 30,000 coins, you can't go wrong with that. You can't put that player into discard. That's just disrespectful for a card that you can still use in Weekend League. It's just not on. It's not on. Personally, I think that this FUT birthday promo was pretty good. I've seen a lot of nice cards. We've got Atal, we've got Sanchez, we've got Mendy, some good players. Obviously, guys, this is just my opinion. It goes without saying. And as I said continuously through this video, if you've skipped to this part of the video, God tier is obviously the best players in the game. It doesn't even take into consideration how much they cost. Great value is just about how much they cost based on how good they are in game. So these players are not as good as these players, or these players. It has absolutely nothing to do with just, how good they are in game. It's all about the value and fair price. So these are ones that I'm like, you know what, if you're building a squad, if you have the players untradeable in your team and you need a specific nationality or league, this is a fair price for these players. And overpriced is, for me, I just feel like EA have either got the SBC for the untradeable wrong, or like an Adama Traore, it's all hype, and the hype doesn't really match up to how good they are in game. Although a lot of these players in the overpriced section, I would still have over a lot of these players if I had them for free. But when it's based on value, this is what the tier list looks like. So let me know in the comments If I've got any of these horribly wrong, let me know which players and why. And if there's any players that I've said are bad that are actually really good in game, then let me know as well. I'm always down to hear your opinion. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash the likes, make sure you subscribe, and I will try to get these tier lists out for all of the new upcoming promos in the future, maybe a team of the season one as well. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.